tunic woven over 4,500 years ago. But here's the strange part: no one can explain how it survived, or why it was hidden until now. In the quiet halls of the Egyptian Museum, among mummies and golden masks, lies something far more fragile. A piece of clothing so ancient it shouldn't even exist. It's called the Tarkhan dress, found in a forgotten tomb near Cairo. Archaeologists first dismissed it as a bundle of old linen. But when they unfolded it, they realized they were holding the oldest known woven garment on Earth. And yet, it looked surprisingly modern. Tailored sleeves, a V-neck, pleated edges, a style that belonged in a fashion studio, not a pharaoh's tomb. The tunic dates back to around 2800 BCE, long before pyramids like Giza were even completed. But what really shocked experts wasn't its age. It was its perfection. The stitching was precise, the folds elegant, the threads incredibly fine. Far more advanced than anything the world was supposed to have at that time. Scientists used radiocarbon dating twice just to be sure. Both tests confirmed it. Over 4,500 years old. So how did a civilization that ancient create something this advanced? And why was this tunic carefully buried in a hidden chamber, separate from royal tomb? When textile experts examined the fabric under magnification, they found something strange. Faint red patterns woven into the linen fibers, patterns that resembled symbols of protection found on Egyptian temple walls. But these weren't decorative. They seemed to be coded. Each line and curve matched celestial patterns, possibly the Orion constellation, the same one used to align the pyramids. Could it be that the tunic wasn't just clothing, but a ceremonial key? Something worn by a priest or a guardian, connecting the wearer to the stars? Modern fabric engineers tried to replicate the weaving technique, but failed. The fibers were too fine, too evenly spun. It would require machinery with micrometric precision, something we didn't invent until modern times. So how did ancient Egyptians do it? Some say they mastered techniques now lost to us, or perhaps inherited them from a civilization even older. A civilization that vanished long before Egypt's rise, leaving behind only echoes of its knowledge. Here's where things get stranger. For decades, the tunic wasn't displayed publicly. It was locked inside a temperature-controlled vault, and access was restricted even to most museum staff. Why? Officially, to preserve its condition. But a few insiders whispered another reason, that the fabric had anomalous energy readings. Researchers reported that when scanned under specific light frequencies, the threads emitted unusual electromagnetic signatures. Unlike any known organic material, it was as if the fibers held a residual charge, a kind of silent memory. In 1913, when the tunic was found in the tomb of Tarkhan, the chamber appeared unremarkable, until archaeologists realized something chilling. There were no inscriptions, no artifacts, no body, just the tunic. It was as if the tomb was built only to protect it. But protect it from what? Or whom? Recent studies of the linen's microscopic composition revealed traces of a foreign plant fiber, not native to Egypt. That discovery changed everything. It suggested that the tunic's material might have come from somewhere else entirely, possibly a lost region that traded or shared knowledge with ancient Egypt. Some researchers now link it to pre-dynastic trade routes that could trace back to the mysterious land of Punt, or even to an earlier civilization wiped out by the Great Flood. On the tunic's inner layer, faintly visible under UV light, lies a stitched mark, 3 intersecting lines forming a shape similar to the Eye of Horus. But here's the catch: this version predates the earliest known carvings of the eye by several centuries. So who created this symbol first? And what was it protecting? Some believe the tunic belonged to a high priestess who performed sacred rituals connected to celestial rebirth, possibly during the early dynasties. Others think it was part of an ancient code, a relic meant to preserve forgotten knowledge. But the most controversial theory? That the tunic isn't Egyptian at all, but a remnant of a pre-human or advanced lost civilization, the same one that influenced pyramid design and star alignment. In 2016, the museum finally displayed the tunic publicly for the first time, but only for a limited exhibition. Visitors described a strange feeling when standing near it, like static in the air. Some even claimed the temperature around the case felt slightly warmer. Coincidence? Maybe. Or maybe the tunic still remembers something. something older than Egypt itself. We think we've mastered history, but sometimes one fragile thread can unravel everything we thought we knew. The Tarkhan tunic isn't just a piece of cloth. It's a whisper from a forgotten world, one that refuses to stay silent. So next time you look at a simple garment, ask yourself, what stories could it be hiding? And what if the truth was never meant to be found?